Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. The second part of Ponniyin Selvan will be released this month and I can't wait to watch this movie. I really hope that Patigum will screen this awesome shit in their R-Class Premium Lounge. Please, 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 please. Cause this shit costs like $30, but I'm more than ready to put this money to enjoy this movie. I mean, seriously, look at this shit. This is beyond awesome. I tried this when I watched One Piece and it was great. The experience, not the movie, but that is a different story. So, why am I making such a fuss about Ponniyin Selvan? Because this isn't just a random story that was made into a movie. It is Ponniyin Selvan. So it all started in October 1950. Yeah, I know, when you start a story like that, a Morgan Freeman's voice would have been better. But I guess you stuck with me, so sorry. So in 1950, there was this magazine named Kalki. And Kalki is a huge magazine in Tamil Nadu. And they started to publish this story named Ponniyin Selvan for about 4 years, from October 1950 to May 1954, 293 chapters in total. And this shit became a huge deal. It became so successful that they made that into a book. Okay, 5 books. And it was something that was passed on generation, and it basically became a priceless treasure. If I wanted to compare the impact in Tamil culture, it's just like the Lord of the Ring. Except that there are no elves, no goblin, no fantasy, no Legolas, no Aragorn, no Vigo, no Orlando Bloom. Oh no, shit. I wanna watch the movie. Be right back. So, where were we? Oh yeah. And obviously this book has a pretty solid fan base. So when you have all of this, what is the next step? Making a movie. And 4 years after that, bam, an actor named MGR bought the rights for the book. So just for some context, MGR was one of the most famous actor in Tamil Nadu. And him buying the rights for this movie was actually something big. So he first approached some directors, but he eventually decided to make the movie himself. And the man saw big. So he got all of these actors. And believe it or not, this casting was pretty epic back in the day. But unfortunately, this project was put on hold. MGR had an accident, took 6 months to recover, and he went on other projects. I don't know if people were disappointed back in the day because there was this announcement and they even released 8 announcement posters. So the project was put on hold, but MGR renewed the rights and time just went by. So we're in the 80s. The project is back to life thanks to Kamal Haasan, another A-list actor, and Mani Ratnam, a movie director, a big one. But the project was dropped because it was too expensive, and Kamal Haasan tried to make this into a TV series later, but it didn't work too. But Mani Ratnam still believed in this project, and this man gave another shot in 2010, but the project failed again because they couldn't secure the location to shoot the movie, and the cost kept escalating. But the casting he managed to secure was also like Mamma Mia, and the project was put on hold once again. Meanwhile, someone successfully managed to adapt the movie for stage, and people had the privilege to watch the story played on stage in 2014, and it was a hit. This someone is Elango Kumaravel, and 5 years later, Mani Ratnam wanted to give another try, and Elango just joined Mani Ratnam and Jeyamohan to write the script. The casting was decided, some changes were made, the stars were finally aligned, and bippity bobbity boom, the first part was released in September 2022. That shit was so successful that it became the highest grossing Tamil movie of 2022, the 5th highest grossing movie in India in 2022. By the way, shout out to Sandalwood, you just crushed it. And it became the 2nd highest grossing Tamil movie of all time. Isn't that impressive? The story is quite complicated. It's basically a Game of Thrones. Oh no, it's just like Game of Thrones, minus the dragons and the sex part. You have a tons of character and the story is pretty heavy. I mean, just look at the chart of characters in Ponniyin Selvan. I mean, come on. If I had to explain the story, I would probably have to explain that One Piece style. And I would probably choose the Skypiea recap. Because, it's my favorite recap in One Piece, the anime. And there are so many characters, so many places. I mean, watching the first part was a pretty intensive exercise. They spoke ancient Tamil, which is definitely too much for me because I'm already struggling with modern Tamil. So yeah, a whole new level for me. Thank God I live in a foreign country and thank God they had French subtitle. Otherwise, obviously I would be amazed, but I would have been like, well, I understand nothing, that's for sure. Except when maybe one scene where there's two characters, Nandini and Kundavai, they met on the stairs. Side note, this scene is just wahoo! And money, you just nailed it, man. And if I saw this movie without any subtitle, I would have just understand that the ladies are probably trash talking but Tamil Bridgerton style. So yeah, thank you for the subtitle. And it took me some time to understand the characters, but I think that they made a pretty good job to adapt the book. Is the book better? Probably, but I'm waiting for the French version to read it because I can only read books like Twilight in English, but something more elaborate, more complex, don't wanna. The casting is basically some of the la creme of Hollywood, and one of the reasons that the movie is different is that you have this perfect blend of different generations of actors in the movie, and the actors are all nailing their character, especially Aishwarya Rai, who's just crushing her part as the antagonist. I guess that everyone had to give their best because all characters are quite interesting and are complex. And that's why you should definitely check out the second part on theater because it will be an awesome experience. At least I hope. Except maybe for the CGI because it was like meh. When I watched the first part, I realized why Ratnam wanted to make this movie and why he never gave up on this project. Why it cost so much. The casting, the settings, the costumes, Ratnam just spared no effort. And I felt that he crafted this movie because this is just a masterpiece. But it's probably the fangirl speaking, so I don't really know about that. If you haven't watched the first part, you can catch up on Amazon Prime and be ready for a great experience.